Greetings, traders out there in trader land. The markets have been bloody. This is the biggest weekly drop we have seen in the last 12 years since 2008. We have lost $4.3 trillion in value in the last 7 days. And the Dow is down 12%. 10% is identified as a correction. So we are in a defined correction. To be in a bear market, we've got to be down 20%. The markets drop on Friday. However, Nasdaq is up. Can you believe we talked about in the last video? All eyes were on the Nasdaq. That was going to tell us what we needed to know. And out of all major indices, guess which one went in bullish territory? Tech stocks. Financials down 2.5%, leading the charge to the downside. Crude oil down yet another 3.4%. Silver crashing lower, nearly 6% down. Gold down almost 4%. VIX up 2%. We're at 40. That is a big number. Bitcoin at 84 at the time of this video, which is Sunday, March 1st, 2020. And coronavirus, guys, that's why we're dropping. Coronavirus. The COVID-19. So we have 84,000 people around this globe who are infected with COVID-19. 2,900 people have died. One person has died so far here in the United States. In all the cases, 80% of them are mild, 14% of them are severe, and 6% are critical. People who are dying are usually those that have lung issues or 80 years of age and older. People under the age of 9 aren't affected by this virus for whatever reason. This is still an epidemic. It's regional. It's not considered a pandemic, which means pan, all means worldwide. And those are a bunch of facts for you. And if it does go to a pandemic, the medical places, the medicine here in the United States can use alternative medicines to try to curb that pandemic. So right now, epidemic. So let's get into the charts. We got a lot to get after. Okay, spiders first thing. Let's get into I'm going to look at the dailies, then weeklies, and monthlies, and I'm going to get into some stocks. There's a lot to get after here. I'm using TradingView. People are asking what charts am I using. TradingView. There's a link down in the. There's a link down below. Feel free to check them out. I love them, love them, love them. Used to be with eSignal. I paid $225 a month for this. Now it's like $60 a month. And you get high. If you're gonna be a professional trader, I do recommend this one. Okay, Spider daily chart. Big drop. We broke a lot of support. Now this is the S&P 500. ETF, exchange traded fund. It's an index fund, okay, that I'm looking at. The reason I look at this is because it gives me volume and price action. I need them both. The indices themselves do not give me volume, and it only gives me half of the story that I need to trade as a trader. Okay, so that's why I look at the ETFs. Spiders down. When it broke this trend line, that was a great short opportunity. We go down. When it broke this trade line, we add to our short. When it broke this one, we add to our short. Okay. Lot of shorting taking place right now. A lot of money being made. However, we get this bullish activity on major volume. So we had a big gap down first thing in the morning on Friday, and then people bought into that strength. That's smart money coming in, guys. Anytime you get this sort of volume and you closing the gap. Now listen, doesn't mean it's a reversal pattern. But this is telling me we ended the week when most people should have been selling to get rid of risk, to offset risk, saying there's a 2-day weekend coming in. I don't want to have any risk on the table. I'm going to go flat the market. I'm going to take all monies off I'm just going to be in cash. That should have happened. And it started to happen. Pre-market futures were way low. We opened way low, but people bought up that weakness. Very interesting. Dow Same thing, down, 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 down. Short opportunities when we start breaking trend lines. Down here, people bought into that weakness. Interesting. Big volume. Nasdaq. This was the most important chart that I talked about in the last video. I said we had a double trend line coming in, and I went back and showed you where those points were, and I said this is critical. Watch my last video to understand what it was I was saying. Please watch the last video, understand it. Not going to take the time to do it now. We gap lower to the rising 200-day moving average. Big bearish start of the day, and then buyers came in. We go higher. We go higher, we go higher, we go higher, we go higher, 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 higher. We saw a little bit and we close above a critical area. Two major trend lines coming up. We had to close above that to be bullish. And sure enough, that's exactly what had happened. Learn to draw those trend lines correctly. We teach that in our mentorship. March 21st, 22nd, 23rd, mark it in your calendars. It's our X mentorship. You can be a beginner. You can get through that. March 22nd, 21st, 22nd, 23rd. It's coming up. And go to the mentoring section and fill out the info. But this is critically important. That tells me we have a very good chance of going bullish coming into the next week. Small caps. This is the Russell's 2000. Bought into the strength, big volume. Financials come down, hammered. You bought into the strength. We're below a lot of areas, but we still have a big trend line down here on the financials that we hadn't got to yet. We didn't break all of our trend lines on financials. Let me go back to the Russell's 2000, look at something. I want to pull this back. No, this is good. So it did break all the trend lines. US dollar is a nice bull pullback. Look to go long the US dollar. Crude oil is off, down, 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 down. Had a big symmetrical triangle. It dropped. Check this out. Let me take my time here. Big symmetrical triangle. If I go way back, you can see where I'm drawing that. If I go to a line chart, you can kind of see what's going on there. Pause the video. Now zooming in. And it looks like I'm drawing the trend line wrong. No, trend lines are a science. And to say that they're not highly scientific, you are gravely wrong. And I hope that even by the Nasdaq thing that I was showing you, that you are, if you have watched me for any time at all, you understand the power of these trend lines. You got to draw them correctly. That is spot on correct. We drop, 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 drop. We do a bear pullback. We have a shooting star trend reversal pattern, a great place to short. Oh, that is almost an abandoned baby. If you don't, it's an exotic reversal pattern, abandoned baby right here. I'm just not 100% sure. I got two open. I do. This is a very rare, a very exotic abandoned baby reversal pattern. And you have two open windows right there. Two open windows. And sure enough, we come crashing down. Those are highly, highly powerful. And we had one, and sure enough, it did just what it was supposed to, come crashing down. This is crude oil. Crude oil is down, 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 down. And then guess what? Extreme drop to the downside with a hammer. Guess what crude oil is getting ready to do? Up. Crude oil is a buy. Silver. Down, down, down. Not good at all. Stay away from silver. Not happy with that. Gold is in a trend. Look at the two blue lines going higher. We did break a trend. We did break a trend line. I don't like that on Friday, but this trend line needs to hold up. If it does, that's fine. Gold's holding up better than silver right now. VIX got up. Look at this, up past 48 on Friday, guys, closing at 40. It's been a long time since we've seen that. Back here, and this puts us back here in 2018, the last time we were at those levels. 2018, last time we were at these levels. Usually we get a spike up, especially when we have what's called a shooting star reversal pattern. It looks like fear is getting ready to drop. If fear does in fact drop, that means the markets will in fact be going bullish. So very interesting. Bitcoin is down, 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 but it's starting to come to an end. Look for a buying opportunity. At least I am. I'm looking for a buying to add to my position there. So I want to look at the weekly charts, the weekly, and then we're going to look at monthly because the month is ended. This is the spider. This is bad news. We come dropping. We broke a major trend line here. We're down, down, down. We have a lot of downside opportunity here. So if the markets don't go bullish, it'd be interesting. Let's see what happens here, right? If the markets don't go bullish, this thing we could keep trending down, and it could be a nasty few weeks here coming up. Dow, this is the Dow. The Dow came right to a rising trend line, guys. That's a major area of support. I could definitely see it bounce from here. Nasdaq closed below a trend line. I did not want to see it close below that trend line. It did. We have another major trend line. It's not even close to. Could we come back? If so, that'd be a lower jab, and that means we will go bullish. I'm not saying it's going to. Right now, this is more bearish than it is bullish at this moment. Big drop on the Russell's 2000. These are small caps, but the rising 50-week moving average acting as support. Acting as support, and we got a major trend line that didn't even get to, so we could bounce off of that. Financials, big rising. We have a trend line. Big trend line. You can see this. This is in 2016, going here to 2016, and then right here of 2019. That's the trend line on the weekly chart. US dollar. Let me zoom in here. We're right at major resistance. We're starting to drop here. Crude oil on the weekly broke major support on the weekly chart. I would not want to be long. So on the short term, crude oil is a buy. On the larger term, it's in a lot of trouble right now. Silver, big trouble, big drop at resistance. A lot of downside opportunity on silver, but we're at a support line. Do you see this? 1550 is a big area of support on SLV. Gold is at major resistance, guys. Major resistance. Look for that to start dropping lower. There's a lot of downside opportunity there on gold. And VIX is up, up, up. Again, the last time we were here, 2018. And after that, it was 2015. But every time that did it, see how it dropped right back down? 2015, it dropped. It got up here and then dropped. Right here, 2018, it got up there and then dropped. The markets got better. Now we're up here again. It should drop, and the market should be getting better. Let's see if that happens. I don't know. If we have a bunch of deaths that happen and a major breakout of the coronavirus here, COVID-19, anything is possible. The markets could keep falling out of bed. There could be a lot of blood out there in the streets. A lot of bad things can happen. Monthly charts are the big dogs. These are the ones I pay the most attention to because they hold the most weight. This is the spider. The monthly major resistance. I'm going to pull in some data so you can see what we're talking about here. You can see this resistance, resistance, resistance. We come up, resistance, resistance, and major resistance, and then we drop. There we drop. I want to show you something on the spiders that's very interesting. We go up, 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 up. We start to drop. We're only at the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement when it comes to the financial or the monthly chart. The 50 is right here. Look how we went down to the 50 and then we went right back higher. 50 up higher, 50 up higher. That's what happened on the Fibonacci pullback, the Fibonacci retracement. This dotted line is pretty important to me. It's not, I shouldn't say it's that important. I don't want to build a false thing. But what's really important, 61.8. In the 50, but the 61.8 happens to be at a major trend line. So could we get bearish? Again, another push to the downside, yes, but I could see major support on the S&P 500 coming up soon, right? And that would be big area. That would be 61.8. It would be a rising trend line. It should be a great area for buyers to come in. But I have a sneaky suspicion that this weekly is going to go higher. So we may not even get down there to test that. The Dow had a big drop at resistance. Pull in some data for you here to see what we're doing. Put a line chart in there. Line chart really tells the tale, and it broke it. Do you see where it broke it? Broke a trend line. Not good. That's not good. That's telling me that this has a really good chance of dropping down here to the bottom area. But again, we have the anomaly. We have the virus. This is virus minded, right? This isn't normal stuff. This is an extra element that's added to the mix that the markets are trying to digest. Woo! Nasdaq. Resistance is starting to drop. A great area to resistance. Resistance we dropped. Resistance we could drop. But it's just not a big drop, guys. It's just not overly scary. It happened in 1 week. That made it a little scary. But everything seems to still be well here in the markets. Crude or Russell's 2000. Look at this. It dropped down to major area of support. Guys, look for that to bounce. We're at a major area of support right here. If it breaks this, woe to the markets. If it breaks both these trend lines, ouch. If it doesn't rally back by month's end, we are in dire trouble. This will be a major sell-off. It will be a bear market. We will be in a defined bear market, and we will see a sizable sell-off going in, and that could last for multiple years. Remember that I just said that. Remember that I just said this. Go back to this video and remember that if we break down through this, we will have it'd be a multi-year bearish bloodbath. If we go here to the financials stopped at a major support line. Look at this. Support. We stopped right at it. We tried to get below it, but smart money came right back up to bring it back to where it needed to be. Guys, we could obviously bounce right here. But if it breaks this area of support and this area of support, we'll be in a lot of trouble, guys. Bloodbath, many years. I just don't think that's going to happen right now based off what I'm seeing at this very moment with the technicals. I think we're going to bounce at some point here. So crude US dollar is pinching. Look for a big move on the US dollar. This is, again, monthly charts. I'm looking at monthly charts. Every candlestick is 1 month. We're at a major area of support. Look for the US dollar to go higher. That's going to put a lot of strain on commodities, precious metals, just all commodities, and stocks themselves. Crude oil, the monthly broke down, weekly broke down, and the monthly broke down on a major trend line. Guys, bearish on crude oil. Bad news on crude oil. Bad news on crude oil. Short that. Silver is a high base. Look for silver to have a high base breakout. Again, high base up, high base. Now, this could drift down to this lower. This absolutely can drift down. But this is a high base. This could break out nicely. Gold is up and away, shooting star on the monthly. It needs to stay above this red line. If it stays above this red line, stay long gold, but it's under the pressure, and I see that it can start drifting lower. VIX, again, every time, I mean, we're back. This goes back to 2011. This right here is 2008, the financial crash, but let's not look at that. Let's look here. We got up here around 40 to 50, okay? So this is 47. As soon as we got there, markets got bullish. That means we dropped. We got here again. This is in 2011, August, and the markets got bullish. We spiked up here again, 52 area, 53. That happened in 2015. Then we went bullish in the markets. Here, we went bullish. We're there again. We should go bullish. Let's see if it happens. It doesn't mean it's going to go bullish, because what could happen is what happened to us last time. Because if you look here, we were saying the same thing on this chart. See how we got up to 47, but the very next one got us up to almost 100 on the VIX, which is just crazy sauce. Crazy sauce. I should have a t-shirt. I should make a t-shirt that says boom and one that says crazy sauce or Traderland. I should do that and sell those. All right. And then the monthly on Bitcoin is big pinch. Look for a big move to take place to the downside or up. Pinching. Now we're going to get into some stocks of interest. This is education only. We are not financial advisors. We are not licensed in any way, shape, or form. Okay, and that is by design and by choice by us. But we're going to get into some stocks that I'm going to be saying buy and or sell. I may be long, I may be short, I may not have any positions. Okay, that's how I'm gonna say it. So just know that I could have positions here, and you need to make the assumption that I do. So there's full disclosure. I'm just not going to tell you which ones I'm in and out, just to stay above reproach. Okay. Here we are. Let's get into the Dow 30 first. And we're only going to look at daily charts on these guys, okay? Daily charts. Daily charts using trading a view. Okay, this is Apple. Take a little bit of time on Apple, guys. Apple had a nice run. We stay above moving averages. We get caught up into the moving averages. Let me zoom in. Caught up into the moving averages here. And then we start rolling over. You can see the rolling over part right there. So instead of going up at this trajectory, we slow down to this trajectory. We drop here. Once we did, we had a major trend line. The short was when we broke the trend line. When you break that trend line, you short. Down, 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 down. What's very interesting to me, smart money gapped it open. So specialists, market makers, okay, market makers for tech stocks opened it down right there, and then bought up that strength, filled the gap. Usually when this gap fills, it will return back to where it came from. In this case, I think this is going to be a reversal pattern, because this trend line goes back to 2019, hits here, and again 2019, or it's this one, yeah, 2019, we come over, market maker opens it right in that area. Very, very smart of him to do that. What's interesting is that's the 50% Fibonacci retracement area right there. Do you see that? 50%, guys. That is a great area. Rallies higher. I'm going to get rid of this to clean up my chart a little bit so we can see this nice and clear. If it does bounce, we've got to clear this trend line. And the question is, where is the market's going to go next? That's ultimately what I'm looking for. This next bull run, I'm going to be measuring on stocks and the major indices. I know what the bears did. What will the bulls do? I will measure the bears movement versus the bulls movement to give me a sentiment on what's happening in the marketplace. I'm looking for that next bull move. I want to see a multi-day bull move, and I'm going to be looking at power, strength, how much regain, and the amount of volume that flows in. Multiple things that I look at. And as you can see, the more videos you listen to, you'll hear different things. We can't, obviously, and we just don't share. This is the 101 level. This is the basic level. That we get into how to really make the money in the trading. And those are the things that you really have to know. So I hope that's not lost on you. But anyway, Apple's looking pretty good here. Will it pull back to a 50% Fibonacci, a 61.8? Will it go to a 75, 100? Where will this go when it rallies back higher? Or is this going to just keep falling lower? If so, we still have support down here at the bottom. It could happen. AXP is just crashing and burning. Just way down, 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 down. This could easily be a V bottom, but I'd be looking to take profits if it got right back here to this area of resistance. Boeing, down, 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 bearish, bearish, bearish. Caterpillar, down, down, down. But look at this, gap down and run up, guys. This is, and for you guys in the 401 mentorships, just know the mentorships, this could be, I haven't went and double checked, but this could be specialist behavior opportunity for us for Monday. And this, I think, has a good chance of going higher. Cisco, I think, has a good chance of going higher. CVX, I think, has a decent chance of going higher. Disney, decent chance of going higher. Again, this is all related to the fear of coronavirus, COVID-19. GE, what's very interesting to me is we have a support line, we come up, it gapped down and rallied higher here. at this 200-day moving average and a trend line, I think that GE will be going higher. Goldman Sachs looks like it's going to bounce higher. Home Depot, it could bounce higher, but I'm not as bullish on that. IBM, it's just going to have some issues immediately if it does go bullish. Intel, I'm looking, that's a long opportunity here, but these could be short term, okay? And this is a short term area. This could be a short term play on the bull side. Johnson & Johnson came up to a point of support. Look for that to bounce. JP Morgan, look at this, right to a trend line. And it hammers, and on big volume. Look for this to go higher, guys. This line goes back here 2018. Goes here 2019, and right here. Look for that to bounce. Coca-Cola, it's going to bounce, but we got upside resistance. Look, it could bounce. It needs to get above that trend line for me to be interested on McDonald's. 3M is trying to, I don't know, it could be a falling wedge. Look, that could be getting ready to go bullish. Merck could be a bullish opportunity. This one really looks good to me. Merck looks good to me. Microsoft is great to me. Big trend line here, guys. The market maker grabbed it down to that area, rallied higher, and you have a piercing pattern, guys, a trend reversal pattern. That's a good bullish trade. Speaking of that, take the test. Oh, man, I don't know where I've got the test. I got a quiz. I think it's the quiz. Where is the quiz located? Anyway, I got a 101 quiz that you guys can take. And that's one there. Oh, man, Nike looks good. Right at a trend line. We stopped on it Thursday, Friday. We gapped down, run up. Guys, look at this. This is a bullish thrusting pattern and not a piercing pattern. Tell me why. If you can tell me why, extra bonus points for you. If you can tell me why. But holy smokes, Nike looks like a great buy opportunity. PFE, maybe. PG, yeah, I like that. Travelers, not liking as much. UNH, I'm liking it. Liking it. UTX, liking it. Visa, liking it. Verizon, liking it. WBA, maybe. It's got to get over this trend line before I like Walgreens. But Walmart, I'm liking it. Exxon, really liking it. Liking Exxon, big time. So there's some good opportunities right there. Let's rock and roll on those. Now, let's get into some Grok in tech stocks. We already looked at Apple, but this is AMD. Look for a opportunity to the long side. Bull. Amazon, big time area of the buy. Big support line, go higher. That's a buy. Baba, that's a buy. Buy. Baba. Baidu, that's a buy. Booking is already starting to become a buy. Look at this. It was a buy Thursday, Friday. It's already starting to make its move. Cisco, buy. Catfish, major buy. Catfish, gapped down, went down, touched this trend line, went higher, and closed above this trend line. Guys, CTSH, Cognizant is looking good. eBay, oh, beautiful. Gap down, came down, run up. Look how market makers keep opening them at these trend lines. It's not by accident. It's by straight up design. This is December 2018. That goes over here to January 2020. And there we are. Look to buy that. Facebook is a buy. Google has trouble. It's got to get back above that before I'm interested. Google with an L has to get back above that. I'm just not liking that as much. If it gets above it, I'm really liking it. GoPro, Thursday was bullish and Friday. Look for that to go higher. Microsoft, big time buy. I already talked about it. MU, big time buy opportunity. Netflix, big time buy. Netflix is holding its own. Nvidia, great buy opportunity. Buy opportunity on Oracle. PayPal, big time buy opportunity on PayPal. Roku, yeah, buy opportunity there. Shopify, yes, love it. 50% Fibonacci pullback. That green means go. There is a great pullback. Look for that to go higher. Snap, yeah, buy opportunity short term. Tesla, maybe. Twitter, definitely buy opportunity on Twitter. I'm liking that a lot. Okay, monologue time. I want to share this with you guys. I said a lot of buys here, and I'm building an argument on the buy side. Do not be misled. The markets have broken down. We are in a correction. The Dow's down 12%. This market could keep sliding down. All it takes is another death or two here in the United States just to send the markets crazy, okay? By no means am I saying this is the time to put all your money and go bullish, because this is bearish territory. This is short money making territory. If anything, you guys should be short this market right now. More advanced traders, you have a great opportunity to go bullish right now. Do not be in and out of the markets all the time unless you're highly skilled and trained. Please. If you are not, you just need to be one of those ones. I would say you need to be, if you don't know anything about trading, just be long the markets or flat the market. Long means that you've got your money in the market. Even though you've given back to around 12%, at this moment, I think we're going to drift back higher, okay? I think that's going to happen. For those who are a little more advanced, you should be short right now. For those who are advanced, you should be already out of your shorts looking for long opportunities, okay? That's putting things into perspective for you guys. I hope that's helpful. I want it to be helpful because I want you guys, I want my users I want you to be successful. I want all of our students, I want my students to be more successful than all the other students out there. I want my students to develop faster than all the other traders out there. I want my students to make more money than all the other traders out there. That's my personal goal. That's Mark the Meerkat's personal goal. That's what we're wired to do. That's why when you see reviews on us, they're high, and it's because we work so hard for that. We work so hard for people to make a killing in the market. Okay. So there it is. Now, at church this morning, I ran into a couple guys. Phil, hey, I called out your name. Wade, I called out your name. Now, the reason I bring these two guys up is because it was a wake-up call for me, and I want it to be, it might be of help to you guys. Those two guys don't know anything about the markets, but they watch my videos because they want to learn and they feel like they're starting to learn. And they have a significant interest in learning to trade the markets. Ironically enough, I'm talking to both of them today, and they happen to be in the same group, and I was talking to them together. What I found out was what I just told you. They don't know anything about trading, anything. And that was a wake-up call to me, saying that maybe some of you don't know the first thing about trading. Maybe you don't know the term bullish or bearish. Maybe you don't know what the VIX indicator is. Maybe you don't know a lot of these terms. You don't know what indicator is or an oscillator, or you don't know the difference between an indicator and an oscillator. Maybe you don't know what a Fibonacci is, and you don't know what the levels are. There's a lot to trading, right? So it's like learning a new language. But I'm here to tell you, anybody can do this. You can do this. If you high school students that haven't even graduated high school yet are learning to trade, people who didn't go to college, had no interest going to college, and they're later in their life, they're learning to trade and they can do it. Trading is not rocket science. It's not heart surgery. It's the hardest, easiest thing to do in the world. It's the easiest, hardest thing to do in the world, meaning that it's easy, but the reason it's hard is because most people lose money at it. The reason they lose money at it is because they haven't been properly trained. So But I want to share something with you. If you go to freeonlinetradingeducation.com, it's the world's longest URL name, freeonlinetradingeducation.com. If you go there, scroll down just a little bit, there's a box here. This box is the 101 courses. It's 6 trading tutorials. Mark the Meerkat teaches these, and but he and I worked really hard on putting the curriculum together here. But it's about what trading is, not how to trade. So don't be confused by them, because they're very informative. It goes into brokers, it goes into your trading computer, it goes into everything, what these charts are and the different type of charts. It really tells you what trading is about. At the end of it, you will have enough information to know if trading is for you or not. That's the beauty behind that. As once those emails go to you, once they start showing up, you're going to learn a lot. You'll take notes. And I think the last email I'm going to send out, I'm going to have a link where you can take a quiz to quiz yourself to make sure that you comprehended what's there. But what you'll find is you will find that you got bitten by the bug and you will be addicted to trading like the rest of us. It is fun. Oh man, I'm checking myself by saying that, because trading ultimately has gotten boring to me. It's not fun. The idea of trading is fun, but because you're doing the same thing in the markets over and over and over and over and over again, because of that, it tends to be like cranking just a money making, a machine. It might be fun at first, cranking that machine and seeing the hundreds come out. Then after a while, you're just cranking a machine, if that makes sense. So trading, is fun, but it's also it can be monotonous because but it's about making money. If you're wanting to make money and not be a gambler, it shouldn't be overly exciting. So, I just corrected myself. The other students will be correcting me if I didn't correct myself, saying, "Wait, you taught us differently." So, yeah. But that's it. Take those. Those will help you. I'll share something else with you, the Chart School. If you go to the Chart School, we have something in the Chart School that you won't find, I don't think, anywhere else. And you might find it, but this is really cool. You can see all the chart patterns, the stock chart patterns, the stock reversal patterns, and candlestick reversal patterns, indicators and oscillators. But check this out. If I click on indicators and oscillators, like let's say I want to look at the parabolic SAR. I click on that. I get a picture of the parabolic SAR. I get information on it, which is very, very helpful. You can print out the page. But check this out. I have a chart down here that is in real time. Well, technically it's delayed, but it's real time. I can scroll it back and forth. I can scrunch it here. I can go up here and put in any stock I want to. And I can look at the parabolic SAR on that individual stock. And what's cool, I'm rolling my mouse wheel to go in and out here. So if I go back, let's say I want to look at CCI, read about it, understand what it is, and then look at the CCI on what's happening with Spider or what's happening with Dow Lenco, and see what it looks like here. You can go to bar charts, you can go to candlestick, you can pick whatever. I like candlesticks. Candlesticks are the best. And you can add different indicators right here if you want to. All real time. Real time. Well, not real time. It's delayed time. But don't day trade off of this. But for swing trading, it's perfect. Go here, use these. Very, very helpful. Here's the problem. You can't your trend lines or your indicators will not stay here. You can't do that. I don't even know if you can draw a trend line on this thing. I'm just not even sure. But you can add different indicators to this. But no, you're not going to be able to draw. No trend lines, and none of this stuff will save. That's why you got to get your own account, which is worth doing. Trading View, charts by Trading View. Right there's the link, by the way. So I hope that's helpful. I'm trying to help you. I'm just want you, if you guys are new, helpful, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We have, look at this. We've educated over 33,000 traders so far, and traders from 162 countries. It is crazy how many people from different countries take our class. We have a class March 21st, 22nd, 23rd. To get in on that, scroll down here to the bottom, and right here, this structured trading education. If you click that, that'll bring you to the mentorship discovery call. We'll do the discovery call with you. But if you do this discovery call, check this out. If you do a call with us, I give you 1 year free of the Stock Picks V newsletter. I thought I had taken this down, but I didn't. This is still here. So anyway, you fill this out. I'm going to give you 1 full year of the Stock Picks V newsletter free of charge, which is kind of cool. But it's March 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Hope that's helpful to you guys. Take care. Safe trading. Share this with a friend. We'll catch up with you guys later.